Alright, so we've all heard the phrase, the bigger you are, the harder you fall.
But fortunately for us big guys, the bigger we are, the harder it is to make us fall.
So, unfortunately for us smaller guys, we need some tricks up our sleeves to help negate that advantage of them being bigger and harder to move. So in this video, we're gonna talk about a creative type of sweep that you might not have trained before. So with that, let's get started. Alright, so like I mentioned, today we're talking about how to utilize kind of a unique type of sweep that we took from Judo's Osoto Gari, which is a major leg reap. But we're talking about how to implement it in our traditional karate sparring or kumite and how to use it against a larger opponent. So if we set up into our stance back here a little bit, the general idea of this sweep is that I'm not trying to attack where he has weight on it this way here, because that is going to be extremely hard to do against somebody who has a size advantage. So what we're going to be doing is actually getting behind the leg to take the leg out from behind, because the leg is going to want to move in that direction where it doesn't necessarily want to move in this direction here. So the concept behind this is that if you go charging in for a sweep, sweeps themselves are fairly easy to do. The hard part is the timing. So if I'm charging in, he's just gonna catch me with some technique as I go in, and I don't really care for that. So I'm gonna try to avoid it by actually baiting him in. Words. So the good thing about larger or taller opponents is that they love to shoot towards the head, especially with that long jab. So if he's throwing a long jab here, I need to be able to get out of the way of this, but my goal is to actually get in. So if he's stepping in with his front foot and throwing this jab, instead of going backwards to block, I'm actually going in, and I'm gonna get inside of his elbow. So we actually refer to this sweep as the Heisman sweep because of the general positioning that we're gonna be in resembles that type of a Heisman pose. So if we're set up here and he's throwing his jab, I'm gonna actually take my rear hand across this way, and my front hand, if we bring this down here, my front hand is gonna go in front of him to grab onto his collar. So I'll show it from another angle here in a moment. But if he goes back and shoots in for that jab, this goes here, my front hand goes to his chest. Now the important part is as he's moving in, I wanna take my front leg and actually bring it across my body to bring it on the outside of his front leg. So if he goes back and comes in again, the idea is that we're bringing this leg around. Now you don't have to step as big as I'm doing right now. This is mainly for visual reference. So you can keep it fairly close to their front leg, but as he comes in, I'm gonna get around to this outside. And if you notice, I'm taking my shoulder and kind of checking into him here to try to get his body to move away from this front leg. So as soon as this happens and he comes in, I catch, I go in this way. Now, what you can't see is I'm actually grabbing a hold with my left hand over on the other side. Like I said, this front hand goes across this way so I can control his movement, and my front leg goes around. And I'm gonna get a hold of his leg with mine as I rock my body backwards, and I'm gonna bring him right down from here. All right, so again, I'm rocking back and catching this leg to pull it off of the ground. So now instead of his body versus mine, it's my body versus his front leg, which is a battle that is a little bit easier to win sometimes. Alright, so that's it for today's video on throws. If you have any questions about these, please let us know.
If you have any video requests or just want to say hi, just toss it down below.
Yeah, we love to connect with everybody down there. But train this, play around with it. But as always, have an awesome time training this. Let us know what you think and have an awesome day. We'll see you all in the next video. All right, peace. Refer to this type of a sweep as the Hyman. That's a whole other demonetized.